Every once in a while, they are easy. Everything goes right. Nothing goes wrong. It's rare. They come across just ever so often, and usually not in a conference game, usually not in a trophy game. One for the pig. But that is what happened this weekend. Floyd of Rosedale stays home in Iowa City, his rightful home. He owns a house within the city limits. I don't know if you guys heard that. He's actually just bought real estate. And he's here to stay for at least another year, probably many more to come. Welcome in. It's the Washed Up Walk-Ons, brought to you by FanDuel. A lot of people making money on the Hawks this weekend on FanDuel. Welcome in, Kevin and Grant. It is a beautiful day to be a Hawkeye. It was a beautiful day yesterday. I don't know what Josie Jules said. We're going to maybe try and get him on later in the week. It is a bye week, so there's nothing to preview this week. I'm thinking maybe we get a Josie Jewel episode on Thursday if we can swing that. But I don't know what he said. It worked. The Hawks win in absolute dominating fashion. And there's a lot to like from this one. Kevin and Grant, welcome to the show.
Good to be here. Grant, I've not watched any college or pro football today. Update me. How did the Broncos do?
To put it simply, belt to ass.
Which way?
To the Dallas Cowboys. We just dominated. After Bo Nix threw maybe the worst pass, the worst pick potentially in the history of football to start out the game. And then after that, it was just perfect football. Nothing more I could ask for. Riley Moss, I don't know what the NFL officials have against him, but every single time he looks at a receiver of the opposing team, he gets flagged immediately. I don't know. He's got a tough job out there. So he gets the ball thrown to him a lot. So his probably percentage of chances of getting called PI on him is pretty high, but he's still doing great things out there. The Broncos continue to dominate despite Brad Heinrichs continually wishing they don't, but it's okay. They don't care.
A lot of people, want to test those white corners. A lot of white corners around the to talk about this podcast.
Yeah, a lot of white corners, man.
Not a lot of white corners to talk about this podcast. So we got Riley Moss talk out of the way.
Okay.
There's also a little storyline within the storyline that playing against a former Hawkeye this last week.
Yeah, an interesting one. Probably.
Also another storyline within the storyline. We moved one of our guys to play cornerback. I don't know if you guys saw this or noticed this. Zach Lutmer is playing cornerback in the standard defense now.
Yeah.
Was that a Coach Desmond King decision, you think? His impromptu coaching he's been doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I thought Deshaun Lee's actually come along quite well this year from where he started out and where he was last year. But yeah, so quick refresher for the fans. Typically our defense is 4 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, 4 DBs, typical 4-3. Circa 2018, we changed that up a little bit. We took out a linebacker and put in a defensive back. Nothing structurally changes about the defense. It's just, do you want a smaller, more athletic body versus a larger, stronger body? And so we called that position the cash. When there's a linebacker in there, it's the Leo. When there's a DB, it's a cash. So Zach Lutmer has been playing the cash all year long. But apparently we decided that we're not taking him off the field so that when we're in our 4-3, so we put in the linebacker at that position instead of the DB. Zach's just kind of slid out the corner this week, and I thought that was interesting. I mean, he played extremely well, but just a little thing of note. I thought
red shirt sophomore.
He can play ball.
He's good. He's real good. Took one to the house.
Inadvisable throw. I'm sitting there in the stands, and as soon as that ball comes out of his hand, I'm like, it's picked. It was not an inadvisable throw. And then he makes a good play on it, makes a great return on it, and Kinnick is going bananas.
Looked a little bit like I don't know if it's just because, we had the comment earlier I threw up there from Dylan, exciting whites, man. I don't know if it's just because they look like each other. I don't know if that's why Riley Moss is getting penalties, because they just see a white guy out there and they go, wait a second. Something's wrong. There's no way he should be on him. He shouldn't be actually guarding that guy.
Somebody was talking about the podcast. Exciting mics. I thought it was something else. My bad.
It's an exciting Mike's podcast as well. But kind of looked a little bit like Coop out there. Lutmer looks a little bit, he moves a little bit like Coop. I don't think anybody truly moves 100% like Coop, because he's kind of.
Yeah, I was about to say he's playing really well.
I ain't saying he's that good.
Okay.
Tell you what, though, we got another exciting white that might be.
Got a couple exciting whites, man. Reese Vanderzee, welcome back to the end zone.
Brother. Needed that white back bad.
I think his foot is healed up now, it looks like.
I would say so.
Yeah, he's definitely a huge asset to have back on the offensive side of the ball.
I was at a family gathering, Lauren's side of the family, so in Omaha yesterday while we were watching the game. That's where I watched it. And got a cousin. She has a cousin, and her husband and I were kind of standing there watching it together. And it was as Vanderzee caught the touchdown, and he goes, "Who's that guy?" I said, "Oh yeah, he's actually he's a legitimate 50-50 ball threat. We haven't had him in 6 weeks, 7 weeks, basically from beginning of the season." And he's like, "Oh, he's not your average white. You guys have a bunch of average white guys at receiver, and he's the one guy that he's like your non-regular white." I was like, yeah, and we've been missing him bad. It shows so much that one play, the one touchdown, which so happens to be against Nestor. Good coverage. I mean, pretty good coverage by Nestor there.
It's all right. It was it's one of those balls where Mark's like, I like my guy better.
Well, and that's the thing, is we just don't throw a lot of those, right? Iowa generally, and I don't know if it's just our guys generally aren't those kinds of guys to win the 50-50 balls, but Reese, the rumblings in camp, the clips started to come out. He's our threat. He's our up top threat, right? Throw it in the air.
Yeah, I mean, so usually our deep balls are, how should I put this? Set up plays, we're schemed. We got play action pass, as actual route concepts, versus you'll see a lot of teams just out there throwing go balls. It's hey, I think I got a dude on the outside, and we're just going to throw it up to him. And we're not going to think about this too much. As long as if he's one-on-one, we're going to him.
There's for a lot of football fans, and this is why
Iowa really just doesn't do that.
Yeah, if you just exclusively watch Iowa football and you don't watch some SEC teams play, we talk about Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss and some of these other, they are under a completely different mindset on offense sometimes, where quite literally they don't care if the DB knows that they're just running a fade. They're okay with that. Everyone is like, okay, great. The ball's going up. It's you versus the other guy. We trust our guy. And Iowa doesn't do that at all. We don't play that game. We like things that are a little bit more sure. But if we've got a guy, and we might have one in Reese Vanderzee, we might be able to do a little bit more of that. And again, good coverage by Nestor. There is a fun little story within a story there, like Kevin mentioned. Nestor, for anybody who's joining and not familiar, was a contributor on special teams, I think, in several facets, was, in line to be in the 2 deep, and then kind of out of nowhere, right before spring ball, maybe even in spring ball, transferred to Minnesota. And it was just kind of a quick, yeah, we wish him well. There was a lot of high fives, handshakes on the sideline the other day after the game. So I think it's pretty cordial, and there's still a lot of guys who like him on the team. I don't think it was a weird cut or anything, but yeah, man, it's, you're playing across from the enemy now, and he was one of yours. So a fun little twist.
I was surprised to see him. I mean, I haven't watched much Minnesota football this year, just kind of snippets here and there. Has he been their starting corner all year long?
Yes. He's been out he's been out the last week, or he was out last week. But yeah, he's been playing early on in the season, like in the non-con. I think he started the year off with like a pick 6. I remember seeing a clip. Yeah, he's one of their guys.
Interesting. We had to throw him in that corner a couple of times. It didn't turn out very well for us.
No.
back when he was there. So I was surprised to see that. It doesn't seem, maybe he's a little bit more comfortable now, but definitely was not his natural position a year ago.
Yeah. Going back to Lutmer, who we'll talk about, and the fact that we're just not bringing him off the field. I think that's just one of those things where, and they kind of, I think they did this with Cooper. Didn't Cooper start at like a safety position, and then he slid quickly over to corner, and then just ended up at corner?
Yeah, so he played that cash position,
kind
of safety, and he was like, okay, where's the best place to find him on the field? And then we got pretty thin at cornerback. I think it might have been his sophomore year, and it's like, who's our next best guy? It's Coop, and a pretty steady lockdown corner is a very valuable thing, and we were just a little thicker at safety than we got corner, so we're like, okay, we're gonna play Coop at corner, and it turned out pretty damn well.
Yeah, and I think the theory there, Kevin, you can tell me if I'm wrong, is like at some point you just put your best 11 football players out there as long as it somewhat fits.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get crazy with it.
No, but yeah, you're not going to put like a 4th linebacker out at back at safety if he's just a better football player. But like, if you've got a little bit of versatility there, you could at least try it, because that instinct and a little bit of that, like,
yeah, I mean, it's usually easier to go from corner to safety than vice versa.
Yeah, it's hard to go up a speed.
Yeah.
And generally corners your fastest position on the corner versus wide receivers, your fastest spot on the field. But I don't know, man. Lutmer can kind of run. I mean,
he's smooth for sure. Yeah.
I mean, last week Penn State
breaks.
Yeah, Penn State tested him last week on a seam route, and he ran right with the guy. So he takes one to the house. He's played really, really well this year. I think between him and Wampa,
both have been improved significantly. Like Wampa's putting some great stuff on tape this year.
Man, he's just feels more comfortable at the position that he's at now.
Yeah, he's playing fast.
Linebackers are playing good. I mean, nothing crazy there. Yesterday's hard to take a lot from. We'll probably mention that a couple times tonight too, because this game was over before it hardly started.
Yeah, and they were down so quickly, so fast, like they couldn't even try to establish a run game. Not that they even could. Defensive line manhandled them. Manhandled them. It was a pretty dominant affair on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Beautiful thing to see. And I think, Kev, the thing that we've come back to week in, week out is teams just gotten better every single week, man.
Yeah, this is the most improvement from week 1 to what are we, week 8, week 9 now?
Week 8.
I think I've seen out of a Hawkeye team. Oh, maybe
a long time, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did any of our teams?
2020 maybe?
What's that?
2020 maybe?
Did I even count 2020 as a year?
Yeah, it's hard to count that year.
Sure, that's a fake year in my opinion.
Mickey Mouse Championship.
Exactly.
Euro step against Penn State.
2019 team was playing really well at the end of that year. So that team comes to mind. But yeah, this team has the amount of growth that we've had from week 1 to week whatever we're on now.
Yeah.
Like I think we beat Iowa State by 2 touchdowns if we play them next week.
God,
it's almost more frustrating though in that way.
Yeah,
sure.
Especially if it's in Kinnick, which isn't an excuse, but yeah, that the Hawks are playing very well, and they're playing well in Kinnick, which sets up for
the other thing is this might be the healthiest team 8 games into the season. In living memory, I don't know.
I was just gonna say, I think.
Do we have an update on Bo Stevens? He seemed like he could probably go back in, but they just kind of pulled him out. Like he had his helmet on the sideline.
I was watching. We were crushing them so much, and I was kind of playing in the backyard with Kinley and her cousins, watching through the window because we were up so much. I wasn't so keyed in, but I saw him hobble off, but it was on his own power. Like he came off.
He had his helmet in his hand on the sideline, so like,
okay, it was probably precaution, just like why put him back in.
Yeah.
So but you're right. What I was going to say was, I think, and this is more obvious, but the inconsistency at quarterback, whether it be injury or just lack of production that we've had in the last 2 seasons, you're starting to see what an offense can do and just a team can do when you have a leader and a guy who's solid and he's out there every game and no one's questioning him. No one's questioning Mark right now. And I can't remember the last time that teammates aren't out there thinking in the middle of the game, like, my main focus right now is why do we have this quarterback in the game? But I think if you ask the guys just like point blank over the last few seasons, hey, do you have ultimate confidence that like your quarterback can go win you a game? And they're going to be honest. We have not had that guy since probably Nate. And that means a lot to a football team. What CJ did for our 2015 season, Kev, that feeling when the Golden Goat would run out there, there was no.
Yeah, we always had a chance.
There was just no. Yeah, you felt like you always had a couple chips left behind you, and
versus a couple years ago, the last time we lost the pig, we needed a first down in order to get to field goal range.
10 yards.
It felt like it was just a monumental task.
And that wasn't just on the quarterback, but he was certainly a piece of it.
Right.
So it's really nice to have Mark, even though he's not. And I love the burners. I love the burners out there that are on the Mark for Heisman campaign, right? I don't know if he's a Heisman quarterback. Hey, I know the big thing is right now.
Got to generate the conversation. It's a grassroots movement. Going door to door. Can I give you an informational brochure?
Yeah. Have you heard about Mark Gronowski?
Got to start somewhere.
And I know that a lot of people in the media.
He's a fantasy machine, man. He's got a rushing touchdown in every game.
Set the new Big Ten record, man. Isn't that nuts? 8 games in a row. Every single game we've played this year, he has a rushing touchdown. Broke Denard Robinson's record.
It's still not enough for some people.
Let's put him up for the Doak Walker Award.
Well, dude.
Hey now.
You want to take a guess at who has the most rushing touchdowns in the Big Ten right now? It's not Mark.
Most rushing touchdowns?
Yeah. It's only 2 more than Mark has.
Whoever the Ohio State running back is?
It's the Washington running back.
Oh, yeah.
He has 13. I'm pretty sure Mark has 11. It's unbelievable, man. So, and by the way, that first touchdown, the first drive.
It was sexy, man. I'm not going to lie.
Thing of beauty. And if you watch the replay of how we schemed that up, man, we're doing some fun stuff that's simple, but like you said, Kev, it's sexy. You run.
Just puts a little bit of flair on it, just to trick the eyes of the defense. Just all you need is half a step, and that's it.
Especially because Wheatchin hurts them early in the drive with a nice little, like a slip screen kind of thing down that gashes them pretty good. You run him in motion, so everybody's eye. You can see the defense. Everybody's eyes, everybody's weight is leaning with Wheatchin. Right, he comes back across the formation, dummy. Right, and now it's Mark on a DN. The DN reads the RPO. He goes down with the running back, and now it's Mark and the two guys covering the 2 receivers. And Mark is good enough and comfortable enough with his run game that he holds them just for a second long, opens enough space, and just skips into the end zone like it's a fucking game on the playground.
That was smooth, man. Yeah, that's what you'd love to see out of your opening drive. Your QB just playing with a little swagger and just moving the ball methodically, and then it's like.
And the best part is they flip to PJ on the sideline. And PJ looks like this. It just dead face, nothing. He's like, I'm dead inside. I don't know what we're gonna do. This feels bad.
We had not scored on an opening drive this season until then.
Yeah.
As well.
Is that right? Not at all. No field.
I don't even know if we had gotten like 2 first downs on an opening drive. Even we'd not been doing great the first drive.
Well, we looked good.
Yes, incredible.
Let's before we recap some of the other fun that we had, let's quickly do the FanDuel recap of the weekend. The hotness, the streaks started to cool a little bit. I wasn't completely dead this past weekend. Iowa State. Well, but why did we add the sad face there? Why is there a sad face?
Dude, I mean, are you actually asking? Like, or is this...
Well, but I lost another bet too.
No, that was on there before.
That was on there
that was on there 5 days ago. 4 days
I didn't recognize it originally.
No, I mean, guy like me, I don't know about you, Kevin, but guy like me, you would never catch me betting on Iowa State.
Iowa State ruined a 5-game parlay for me like 6 years ago, and I have not bet on them since.
Yeah, man of principle.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of I knew this was bad when I saw that. Well, you look at it and you're like, okay, number 11 BYU. Why is Iowa State a favorite here after losing 2? You're like, that smells fishy, right? Like they're begging for you to take BYU, and then you start to look at the public money come in, and I saw a stat that like Iowa State was the most bet team in a matchup. It was like 94% of the money was coming in on Iowa State, and I knew I was fucked. So tough one. They gave that game away. I don't know if you guys watched any of that. You probably didn't, Kevin, because it was going on.
Yeah, I was able to watch like the fourth quarter.
Punt.
Yeah. I like the pick 6 on. I was able to watch.
Yeah, so punt return, guy doesn't know where the ball is, kicks it. BYU falls on it after they just forced BYU to punt. Horrible. Rocco, I'm not sure what's up with him. He throws like a lazy out route and the guy steps underneath, pick 6. I mean, it turned into a tough day at Iowa State. And
yeah, they had like goal to go with to cut the lead to 7. It ends up going backwards to like the 30-yard line.
Yeah, just a lot of bad. And to be honest, that's sort of how their season is as of late. And they've had a bye week in there too, even to kind of regroup. And it's been 3 straight, man. It's Cincinnati, it's Colorado, it's BYU, and they've got Arizona State coming in next week, I think. I mean, I think they finished with Oklahoma State, so there's a win left on the schedule, but they could lose several more.
Yeah.
Which
yeah, it's not good for the Hawks, but
no.
I will eternally wish unhappiness upon them. I think I remember after we did this Cy-Hawk recap, I was like, this Iowa State team is like damn good. They'll be right up there for the
we lied.
That was 100% cope. I was coping.
It was cope. It was cope, but it was also, I will say this, they I think they are a very good team and a quality ranked team I believe Rocco
if they stay healthy. I know they've been really beat up on, especially on the defensive side.
Decimated. They lost both of their starting corners. We just talked about corners.
That's tough to come back from.
And Rocco, I think, took a hit in the Cincinnati game or something. I think he's been playing like potentially with a concussion. It seems like he has. His play has completely changed since he got smacked a few weeks ago back. So bad bet by me. I'll take that one on the chin. Oklahoma, man. We touted their defense, and Ole Miss had them kind of by the balls there for a while. Then Oklahoma made it a ball game, but just couldn't get it done. Wisconsin, of all teams, the worst team in college football almost, goes out west, makes the trip west, and holds Oregon to a 21-7.
I mean, man. The weather conditions definitely favored them.
Monsoon weather out
there. Yeah, it looked like a pretty miserable day to be playing football. But they played hard, man. They're still there, which I'll commend. You don't always see programs that are in such a downward spiral go out there and still play hard.
Yeah.
On a Saturday when their season's over and everyone's talking about firing their coach and basically taking a wrecking ball to the whole thing.
Only down 7-0 at half, and it finished 21-7. And I think that result right there, some people I don't think know about the weather that was going on, but that result right there was enough to create quite the conversations on Twitter about, here we go, Oregon better watch out when they go to Iowa in 2 weeks. They just pounded Wisconsin.
I think did Dante Moore break his nose or something?
I don't know.
He came out of the game with his nose was gushing blood after he got hit. I think he probably took a forearm to the face, through his face mask.
So hard to break your nose, I feel like, in that.
Had several people tag
me. He didn't go back in, but I think he'll be okay. But
had several people tag me and make the declaration, Oregon can't handle physical football. Iowa's going to give them problems. And I was like, I hope so, man. But they're
it's going to
really
be a
good.
tough game, but we still have to respect our opponent, and that our opponent will be more talented than us and a very well coached and highly motivated team.
Yeah.
So let's
and we're going to preview that next week because we got plenty of time. Because I will tell you this, Hawkeye Nation, those listening, those watching. By the way, if you're watching, hit the subscribe button. We've been crushing, and we thank you guys for that. Let me go real quick. Man, we're now approaching 4,600 subscribers on YouTube. So it joy to my heart. 105 subscribers in the last month we've put on, and we love you guys for that. And the numbies are saying good things.
Can we push to 5K?
Can we push to that 5K number? I'll run a 5K in a Herky costume if we get to 5K by.
I was gonna say we go clean shave for 5K. Double down on your bet. Go clean shave twice.
No, but we appreciate everybody. So, we for the next 2 weeks, what I was getting at there, the next 2 weeks, the narratives and the conversations and the tension and the buildup is going to.
The Hawkeye fan base is going to be real excited for the next 2 weeks.
By the time we get to November 8th, we'll be at full tent. It'll be full tent mode.
I am so jealous of all the being a student at Iowa right now. Has got to be this has got to be just an insanely fun month to be a student at Iowa for right now, especially with college basketball starting up next week, all the excitement around that going on right now too. This is just, if you're a student at Iowa right now, just live it up.
Too late to enroll in fall classes.
Yeah, wait, we could all go back to school, man.
Hey, someone I could do a little hold on, Billy Madison. Let's go restart. go try it again.
But college, you can go back to school whenever you want, dude. I remember there's 50-year-old people I was in some college classes with.
Yeah. Wisconsin somehow goes out west and is the only one to cover for me. So thanks, Badgers, for that. 1 and 2 on the weekend. It's okay. Our momentum got cut a little bit. We're still very much so winning over the past few weeks, and we are gonna push forward strong for the 500 and break through that goal. All of these lines brought to you by FanDuel, by the way. Juicy FanDuel lines all over the place every single weekend. Best sportsbook in the land, and you should be making all of your picks there as well. Kevin, how did you do this weekend?
I had Northwestern plus 7.5. They put up a good fight versus Nebraska. They lose by a touchdown, so
cover.
We cover with the hook. Had the under in that game, does not hit. It was was it halftime? 7-6 at halftime.
7-6 at half. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was looking great. Kind of exploded in points in the third quarter. Wasn't able to watch the third quarter, but not ideal there. Under in the Mississippi-Oklahoma game does not hit as well. Oklahoma game goes over for the first time all year. I might be done betting unders. I think my under record is very poor this year.
A little self-analysis there. Good.
Yeah, we're gonna have to relook at and examine that and see if my defensive mindedness watching football is getting the better of me. And then I had Texas A&M. Minus 2.5.
If you want, I don't care.
They pull away pretty handedly in the second half, and they win. And they get sounds like they got Brian Kelly fired.
They got him fired.
I was. It's funny that you say that. I had it on the side screen ready to share that right before this podcast. So LSU coach Brian Kelly was informed of the intention to dismiss him. Can you imagine you come in and they say, "Hey, Brian, we have the intention to dismiss you." Can you just say we're firing you?
Yeah, man. Credit to them. They're not gonna. It's just Sunday night. Can't bother them.
The school is expected to inform the team of this development tonight. Talks about the team terms of his departure are expected to continue. So another fired football coach that will likely make a shitload of money to not coach football.
Could have happened to a better guy. Fucking hate him. He's insufferable, dude.
This is step one of my plan to get him to Penn State and just put all of the hate into one spot.
Man, that'd be crazy.
I mean, these guys are just gonna flip flop and all these Franklin probably goes to LSU. Penn State maybe hires Brian Kelly. I don't know.
Could you imagine if they
switched
switched?
Job? Yeah.
Wow.
So do you guys want to guess now? I saw it earlier. The amount of money in buyouts so far this season already.
I mean, it's got to be approaching
$250 million.
$250 million. I mean, you got $100 million just from those top two names right there.
I believe it was 167 million. Was the number.
So I mean, we're 80 million away, 70.
Yeah, 167.9 million in total buyout money committed to fire FBS coaches.
This is going to be like the probably the not most expensive year for schools like in a long, probably not, if not ever.
Yeah,
because not only do they got to fire these guys and pay them, they got to pay these new guys who they eventually take to replace them, which is you're talking about so much money just sloshing around in the college football coaching world right now.
And it feels like at some point it runs out, man. It feels like there's got to be repercussions at some point, but man, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole lot of money in college football right now. It's not running out anytime soon.
Grant,
I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting. There's a lot of high profile jobs that are gonna be have to be filled here in the next. Probably we'll start getting them filled in a month or so.
You should probably get your resume ready, Cub.
Ooh.
I mean, I'll say this: if you get me LSU's talent, I'll promise you 7 wins a year at least.
Oh wow! All right,
I guarantee. Hey,
you could sleepwalk with LSU's talent and be able to get 7 wins.
I'll take over as special teams coordinator. You be, head coach. Bring in whoever you want for offense, defense. I bet we could go 8-4.
You know what I'll do? LSU just pays me what they're paying Brian Kelly. I'll give half of it to Phil. He'll be my DC. And shit, I'll give him 3/4 of it. I don't care.
I was gonna say we'll work for a lot less.
You'll be my DC. You be my special teams coordinator. It doesn't matter what we do at offense. We'll be all right.
Grant, quick on how you did over the weekend.
4-5, not my best, but I won my heart, and I'm not going to apologize for it. Don't feel bad at all. Wake Forest, crazy upset over SMU. I don't know if you saw, but I think they made their game-winning field goal by like a centimeter. Wow, it was crazy. A little knuckleball in there. Oklahoma, bad. Let's see here. Also, Mizzou, bad. Auburn, Arkansas, under 55.5, bad. That game too. That was they kicked like a sad field goal out there to put it over, and I just with all the buyouts and stuff going on over there, I just feel like maybe somebody to keep the boosters happy. I don't know. I just that's how it felt to me out there with Auburn, Arkansas. But I don't know. LSU bad. South Dakota State. Jeez, I mean.
North Dakota State's really good.
Game of the century on the line. They're hosting it in beautiful Brookings.
Dude, North Dakota State hasn't been touched this season. They're gonna run through the entire FCS and not be touched.
Yeah, but I don't know. 1 versus 2, it's awesome. Dakota Maker, always fun. But and I put, hey, if this is the cost, is I have to lose some money betting the Jackrabbits so that we can have Gronowski and that they know I have his support, then it's fine. I'll take it. If that's the penalty, fine.
Fair trade.
I'll allow it. Yeah, it's fair trade. I'll take it. Washington, though, very good. Look out.
Impressive win. Yep.
Very good team out there. I mean, this is like a lot of people mad about Iowa, obviously, like in our circle, not getting ranked today. What does Washington have to do? I don't understand it. Like what? I don't know what they could do. Like what the crime in this world is just losing to Ohio State and they can't get ranked. They go out there and dominate Illinois, who was ranked, and then that's not good enough. I don't know what they need to do, but that was
who's their other loss to?
So
I totally remember it, but I'm not going to say who it is.
Michigan handled them pretty good a couple weeks ago. And they looked pretty. So they scored 7 and 6 points in their 2 losses and looked pretty pedestrian. However, outside of those 2, which is a number 1 team and the current number 21 team, they'll play Wisconsin.
But they were competitive with Ohio State for a long time.
State through half. They will play Wisconsin, Purdue, UCLA, and then finish with Oregon. And so they have a decent chance to be heading into that Oregon matchup at the end of the year at 9-2.
Where is that game at?
That game is in Washington. So,
schedule me in 4 weeks taking Washington. In that game.
All right. So, does a 10-2 Washington team get in? With that resume,
depends. Is
that
Iowa
Michigan loss hurts. That Michigan loss by 17 hurts, but you don't know loss versus the number 1 team in the country.
There's going to
It would
be.
just depend if it would honestly be if there's just other Big Ten teams.
I was going to say it's depending what happens in the Big Ten here, Kev. It's going to get real interesting because there's some scenarios that are pretty fun. Shout out to Mikey Schulte in the chat tonight. My dude's looking sexy tonight. Pork tornado.
Yeah, the pork tornado.
Love it. So shout out to FanDuel. Shout out to a couple other sponsors. The boys deserve, I don't know, pick your choice. A little extra swarm money, maybe some chicken lips. Oh, Kevin rocking the hat tonight. Look at that.
You know, I had some Big Grove pops in me this weekend. Everyone loves the Easy Eddie, and it's great, but I was slurping down some Boomtowns, and they were going down real smooth this weekend.
Boomtowns.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, or maybe second. I don't know. Could be first. Kevin Ward recommends the Boomtown. Find it at your local Big Grove, which is all over the place. And not only do they do good food or do good beer, they do good food, and they are great people. Been super easy to work with this season. We love Big Grove and plan on hopefully doing a few more live elements at their locations in the future. I want nothing more in me right now. And the boys, so in high school, we would on Saturday mornings after our shakeout, everybody would hop in the car, drive way too fast to the local Maidrite where one of our coaches worked part-time, and they would give every football player on the varsity team a free milkshake. And I feel like the Hamburg Inn should have something set up for the boys. I feel like that would be a nice little deal. You know, just a nice little NIL free milkshake. Every time you win, come by, post it on your story. I'm here for free marketing ideas, but I mean,
that'd be yeah. Can you imagine the offensive line pulling up for some milkshakes? Just post on the story. That gets some people through the doors.
I mean, bro, just to come watch offensive linemen drink milkshakes, I'm pretty sure there's at least 30 people that would just arrive and come to Hamburg just to watch.
They just know that on Sunday morning at 11 o'clock, the offensive line's coming through.
Yeah, the Iowa offensive line is coming to drink their milkshakes, and everyone just comes and just for the spectacle. It's an event, right?
It's like, yeah, I know Miami's offering you a car, but you can get a free milkshake at the Hamburg Inn whenever you want here at Iowa.
I mean, come on now.
It's authentic.
The Scott says the apple pie shake after Saturday's win was elite. And I believe that's a little dig at PJ. So back to the show. There's there's not a lot to take away from this. Like, here's where the Hawks really struggled. There was some really fun other stuff that happened, though. And Caden Wheatchin.
Another exciting white.
My God.
What are they feeding this guy?
I don't know. Graze? Chicken lips? Guy runs on lips and sourdough pizza. And probably a lot of other like really good whole foods like vegetables and fruits and high quality proteins, because this dude's acceleration is on another level. The punt return that he had this weekend, impressive in a lot of ways, right? And I want Kevin to maybe touch on, you were at the game, right, Kev?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've had as good of a view of it as the clips and the highlights on TV.
Had a pretty good view.
I'll tell you what. The kid is amazing. Dude. The punt return team right now.
Oh, they're doing yeoman's work out there.
They are fucking on their shit. It's
the best unit that we got in special.
They are holding blocks. Someone asked me like, "Hey, could you give a breakdown of why they're so good?" And I could. It's a little bit boring. All I have to really say is it's one of the harder jobs to be running backwards. I mean, Kevin did it, right? It is really, really hard to be running backwards, and you're the guy that's kind of has to be reactionary because the other guy is running to the ball and he can see where the ball's going, where the returner is. You're trying to stay in front of him, lock him up, and drive him out somewhere else. And
you're playing cornerback basically, except the ball could be going literally anywhere.
Yeah.
Not like one of three routes.
And these guys are doing it so well that when Caden catches the ball and you just freeze frame it, there's a hat on on almost every guy within 25 yards. And I know Caden sees that out of the corner of his eye. You can see him checking. He almost gave.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to have to because it's kind of a short punt, kind of short, kind of high.
35-yarder.
Yeah, so that doesn't get returned very often.
But he is so confident in his ability. And what made this one special is he immediately went directly sideways. But
not usually advisable. But
he's so fast that he can go sideways and still catch an edge and accelerate past people then vertical. Mm-hmm. It's unbelievable what this kid can do. KJ Parker, a young kid, wide receiver, wearing an unmarked jersey because you can't have two of the same number on the field, lays out the punter. I mean, it's art.
Did you see that CBS posted the punter's like POV? They had the camera on the punter the whole time.
They blasted him.
Oh, that's just unnecessary.
They blasted him. And when you're running backwards as the punter, it's a bad day.
You're just there to try to get in the way, and he failed at that job.
I was asked on Twitter, Kev, we'd really have to maybe sit down and think of all the greats. And of course, we played with some really fast people. The one I think of right off the top is like Damon Powell. When we're talking top end straightaway speed.
Yeah.
But we're talking like greats, those who like really put a career together and have a legacy. Tim Dwight, some of the, Emir Smith-Marset, some of these other guys. Where do you think Wheatchin ranks all-time speed? Like if you line all these guys up in their prime and just have them.
I'm gonna have to take DP still top of the list.
But I'm excluding guys like DP who are just like they weren't really a big part of the. DP had one great. He showcased exactly what he was capable of on his one big play against.
Yeah, I mean he was only there for 1 year, 2 years?
I think 1 year in our freshman season. Of the greats that they were a staple of our offense or a staple of our special teams. I think if you pull like a heat of 8 and put him on a track, I think Wheatchin's up there, man. I think he's in the heat and he's
yeah, you can put him up there, but man, Tim Dwight could fly.
You think Dwight's faster straight away, man?
I don't know.
Wheatchin can fucking zoom, bro.
I don't know. I mean, I think Tim Dwight still has the NFL all-time pro agility record.
No, that's Casper.
Is that Casper? I thought that was Dwight.
I mean, Casper could fly too. He's probably another one that you put in there. I would love to see it.
We'll find out when he runs through 40 for the pros, and we'll just compare it.
Yeah, I know this. His football speed. There's not a lot of drop off from him just running around by himself. No pads. Like he is.
Certainly some evidence of that.
There's some evidence. At this point, he just returned another one. He's got to be the front runner to win, to be the consensus All-American at returner this year.
I saw one. This could be totally wrong, but I saw it somewhere out there. There's one guy who has like 5 returns this year.
Really?
I think it's like a guy like Fresno State or something. I'd have to let me get back to you on that.
Interesting.
I'll find it out.
In the comments, Wheatchin did tie Dwight's career return record at 5 total for a career this weekend. So if he can get another one, he will set the all-time record. Let's talk about a few other things. The run game was just in full effect. Iowa's got a really, really good offensive line, and they trust each other, and the running backs trust them. And some of the fun stuff that Lester's doing with misdirection and I don't know, Kev. It's almost like poetry to watch it happen on the field. How was it?
When it's running good, you're just getting chunk after chunk after chunk. It's a thing of beauty. They actually didn't run the ball as well as you would think, but they also didn't. I think they kind of let the foot off the gas a little bit.
Yeah.
They also had some short field, so the total yards, if you just look at the stats, don't look all that impressive. But
no, very, very mild. If you look at did we even hit 300 offensively? I don't think so.
We did not.
We didn't need to.
No, exactly. So this is kind of going back to a KF type thing. It's like, hey, we got 31 points. There's 0% chance of us losing this game if we don't turn over the ball. So let's not do that.
Speaking of turnovers, back to what I would call is like a classic Iowa game. 3 interceptions. Cam Buffington, who we just talked about a couple weeks ago when he got in versus Wisconsin, catches one late across the middle, and then shows his athleticism. Guy can move. I'm telling you, this guy is going to be a dude. I mean, he already is a dude. He's doing a lot on special teams and getting some quality, second or I guess called third string reps in there. You're going to see a lot of that guy. He's going to be one similar to Lutmer where it's just hard to keep that guy off the field. They're going to find ways to use him. And he's part of that 3 Iowa linebacker class, small school class, where there's like 3 4-star athletes that we brought in. Just like very low key, under the radar type guys. Anything else you want to highlight, Kev, on this game?
There's one critique. Let's avoid stupid penalties.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Almost forgot about that. So
very, very un-Iowa like.
Yeah. Man, I don't know what Cohen was doing. I do think I know what he was doing. I don't know why he did it.
Couldn't tell you. Don't know.
The ball was being thrown to an underneath receiver, and with the glance that Cohen had last taken, and I'm talking about the big one that was reviewed and thankfully not declared in the opposite way of maybe what it should have been. I think he potentially thought that ball was going to the receiver that he was going to hit.
Only reasonable explanation I could possibly think of.
From everything that Cohen has put out there, both through his play, his actions, and he's we sent him to Big Ten Media Days. Like, he's one of our representatives. He is a good dude. I don't think he's just headhunting for fun. He did look a little bit like, oh shit, after he did it. I think that he thought the ball and him could potentially get there at the same time and he could make a sweet play and break up a pass. It looked a lot worse than that.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like he did that and it was dirty and malicious. And I think he probably should have been thrown out.
Be reasonable.
He wasn't.
Thank God. Because we would have lost him for the first half of the Oregon game.
Losing number 4 for 2 quarters of the Oregon game would have been more than significant. So we got lucky there. And then there was a couple penalties on the one drive. They made it across the 50. And I kind of missed part of this drive because, again, I was in and out of the basement that we were watching it in.
Well, it's the same drive. They had 30 penalty. The one drive they scored a field goal on.
35 penalty yards.
Yeah, exactly.
What were the other 2?
Merriweather punches the offensive lineman in the balls.
Really?
When he's on the ground. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's going to get a talking to for that one.
That's not good.
Yeah.
We can't do that stuff.
Nope.
And maybe as not that anyone gives a shit what I think, but as a former guy, that's the kind of stuff you see where you're like, that's bull. Like, that's putting a bad look on the brand.
Yeah, I guarantee you it has already been addressed.
Yeah, and I know that. So tough drive on that one. They do end up kicking a field goal. Otherwise, we probably blank them. They were struggling all day.
Sad field goal.
Yeah.
You're down, what was the plan? 12 field goals? Get back in the game? I mean, what's the strategy there?
That's the Coat field goal. Is like, hey, man, we just got to get the goose egg off the board.
I was going to say, that's
got to see one go in. Let's just start out somewhere.
I was in the stands. I'm thinking of like the memes. Like, I forget who it is, but someone hits a huge three to cut the lead.
Oh, yeah, it's Chris Paul hits huge three to cut the lead to 42.
There you go.
That's the meme that Grant used 3 weeks ago when I went 3-0 and I cut my betting deficit to like 250. Yeah, so they erased they made their mark, and they made sure that they showed that they actually did show up for at least part of the game. They got 3 on the board. We left our starters in for quite a while, which I thought was
Mark was in there later than I thought he'd be.
Yeah, and I don't know what that is. He did eventually come out. We did eventually rotate some guys in. I thought it was a little longer. Lauren looked at me at one point, like early in that fourth quarter, the last drive that they were in, and she's like, "Why is he still in?" I'm like, "I don't know, but it's making me nervous because someone's going to get hurt here, and it's going to be for nothing." Fortunately, I think we came out okay on that. And we hit a bye week at a really, really good time to have a bye week. Heard Coach Ferentz say in either the post game of the Penn State, I think it was the Penn State cinematic recap last week. He's like, he's always talking about his stuff and how they're thinking. And he goes, "Hey, we got one more. We talked about it. This is a 3-game block or a 3-week block, and then we can breathe." And so this is how they're sort of conceptualizing this season right now, is they blocked this middle group in and said, we're hankering down for these 3 games. And they did it. And they were as good as you could be, 3-0. And I have to imagine with the momentum that they're feeling, we talked about how they've gotten better every single week. There's been times in the past where the bye weeks for the Hawkeyes, we've come out and we've looked flat. Wasn't the case when we went to Wisconsin. No reason to think that would be the case now. A lot of hype going to be around Iowa City. Who knows what happens next week? I know we were not ranked today. A lot of people thought we would be. There was even a lot of losses in the bottom end of the top 25 of the AP poll, which doesn't matter. And we were not ranked. In fact,
when does the first college football playoff rankings come out? It's gonna be soon, next week, maybe.
Comes out next Tuesday, not 2 days from now, but 9 days from now. And there is a decent chance that we are ranked in that. That's what a lot of people are saying. So that could only add fuel to the fire of what will be the hype surrounding the Oregon at Iowa game on the 8th. And like I said, with 2 weeks. This is a little bit of a different one, right? Last bye week, we had just come off of that Indiana loss, and you have to sit on that for a week. Now you get to sit on a win. You get to sit on a little bit of momentum. You get to sit on, hey, we're healthy. We're clicking. We feel good. I'll tell you this. There's a lot of people who saw that Oregon result last night and a few other. This Oregon team's very good. And like I said, we will preview them. They're beatable. They're very similar in numbers, production-wise. I looked at it today to Indiana. Same sort of spot in the defensive rankings, same sort of spot in the offensive rankings. They're a very explosive offensive team. So is Indiana. We held them to 20. We're going to have to score the ball. I do think, as an early sort of assessment, I believe that Indiana is a little bit more built for what Iowa pushes, which is a more physical game. I think that is the question right now with Oregon, is if they come in and we punch them in the mouth, do they want to do that for 60 minutes? And they can run by you once or twice, but defense is playing pretty well. Phil Parker over the next 2 weeks and the boys aren't just going to sit there and put a game plan together where they're like, oh, we'll let them run by us. We'll let the Ducks just run behind us. They're going to be ready. And it sets up for potentially a hell of a time, a game that Kevin and myself will be at. Could be a good one inside Kinnick Stadium, Kev.
Is Drake making it out?
Could be logic. Drake will not be making it. But yeah, Iowa fan base has 2 weeks just to feel good about the 3-week block we just put together.
Great.
And I think Iowa City is going to be juiced up.
Juiced, bro.
For this matchup coming in a couple weeks.
The Word Tailgate going to be live for that one?
Oh, yeah.
Now, it's looking like, so supposedly we've played our max night games, right? So
I don't think that's actually a thing.
I saw that it was. Maybe it's not. If that is true, I saw a lot of weight towards this could be the big noon kickoff.
Which would be ideal.
Would be huge.
We want, an 11 a.m. kick with bad weather would be awesome.
Just a little drizzle.
Little
drizzle at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard.
Let me look at the.
Hey, Oregon, welcome to Kinnick, buddy.
Should get like a weather report segment on this for next year.
The only other, Big Noon could take Indiana, Penn State. They just did Indiana this last week. Penn State is just 3-5 after they lose to Ohio State this week. I'm assuming they're going to pick a Big Ten game because, their contract. So.
The thing is, too, is like how often are you going to get Oregon at Iowa and it's really relevant, right? Like, that's the thing.
I would say that they would want to hype up this game more than any other game.
So a little big noon kickoff, Iowa City in November. Hawks are pretty good in November, huh?
Kinnick's pretty dangerous in November.
Pretty dangerous. Do the Ducks want to brawl when it's a little chilly? And it
does get cold
It gets cold. It gets cold.
It's raining and cold.
Bring him.
It's also early start. Like you said, Kev, 11. What is that, 9 a.m. over in Eugene?
Yeah.
Better get them body clocks right.
Is that how math works? Is that?
It's the two time zones, man. It's been a thing. It's been a storyline for the Big Ten teams traveling. Haven't done well.
One last fun stat. It's not confirmed, but there is speculation that Iowa is the first college football team ever, potentially the first football team of any level ever, probably not. Somewhere in high school they've done this. To score a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, a special teams touchdown, a defensive touchdown, and a field goal, all in the first half of a football game.
Yeah, in the first half, that's impressive, yeah.
Yeah. There is some speculation that the Hawks are the first ones to do it. Who would have thunk?
I would love to know who keeps those type of statistics.
You'd have to almost AI it and pull it from a bunch of box scores or I don't even know how you do it. So that's what we got. Again, a lot of anticipation will go into this game.
This is one of those games though, it feels extra good to get the win, go into the bye week. I could tell you right now the facility was just vibing on
buzzing.
That. It's we got the win, feel good, crushed them. Not a whole lot to correct, and
it's sights set towards. Hey, you want to talk about get your haircuts in?
Go ahead and get your haircut this week.
KF is telling the boys, hey, tell your girlfriends that they can come in 3 weeks. Talk to your family now because next week is not the time. They're gonna lock in. This is the biggest game.
No, dude. The bye week, they will take advantage of the bye week and get their time.
No, I'm saying this week.
Halloween bye week. You're telling me no one's gonna go.
The boys will enjoy The boys will enjoy Saturday.
Halloween's on Friday, but
both days.
I think you'll see a lot of guys will go home. Guys go home.
That's true.
So I think we actually avoid most of the risk of guys getting in trouble on a Halloween weekend.
Yeah, this is the biggest game since that Penn State matchup in 2021. It's the biggest one.
You think?
I'd say bigger. I mean, maybe in hindsight, it's bigger.
What?
Penn State didn't seem to be didn't end up being that good that year.
Well, at the time, we were both ranked.
But at the time, yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is the biggest in Kinnick Stadium, the biggest home matchup Iowa's had in 4 solid years. And then before that, I'm not sure what it would have been. So it's going to be a big one. And it's the first time we get Oregon in Kinnick Stadium since they moved to the Big Ten. There's just a lot of
people wanted. I mean, we didn't really get it last year.
Hey, we've talked about it, man. Bring the big dogs into Kinnick in late in the season. See what we can do.
Yeah.
So it's time to put up or shut up. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to the Swarm, our last sponsor of the night, for being here as well. played a huge role in getting a lot of these guys. If you like Mark and what he's been doing on the field, check out the Swarm. Donate to the Swarm Collective. They will continue to do great things for the Hawkeye football team and other programs at the university. We appreciate you guys being here. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe on the audio. If you're just randomly listening on the audio platforms, hit us as a follow. Again, like I said, the numbers have been insane this year, and we thank you guys so much for that. And if you really, really, really want to, you want more Grant and Tyler and a few other extra episodes, you just have extra time during the week. You're like, I'd love to hear more of these guys. Patreon.com/washupwalkons. All of that goes to an incredible cause. We are building a donation to the Children's Hospital for the end of the year, and you guys are a huge part of that. Thank you guys so much. We will see you with the iColt press review on Wednesday and hopefully a Josie Jewell episode later in the week. We'll see you then. Peace.